Hey folks, this week the spell we're going to be taking a look at is one that wizards have been using to get out of their watch duties for, well, as long as I've been playing the game. It is the venerable Alarm. Let's, as ever, start by taking a look at the basics of the spell. So it is a level 1 abjuration spell. It takes 1 minute to cast, but the important thing in that casting time bit is that it is a ritual. That means that if you spend an extra 10 minutes on it, and you are a ritual caster, which wizards are, then you don't need to actually expend any spell slots whatsoever to cast it. And what it does, in a practical sense, is that it makes an alarm. It alarms an area. It's a magical burglar alarm. You can choose a door, a window, or an area that's no larger than a 20-foot cube. When a creature enters the area or touches that window or door, you are going to know about it. Now, there are a couple of things that do make the spell a little bit more practical. First of all, you can choose some creatures that won't set the spell off, so your party members probably. Also, you can choose whether this pings in your mind or actually makes a noise. Now, one thing that's quite cool is that you can use the spell remotely. So long as you are within 1 mile of the warded area, you'll know if it's triggered or not. Also, the spell lasts for 8 hours and obviously isn't a concentration spell. It'd be kind of awkward if a spell designed to keep your camp safe overnight required you to actually stay awake throughout the entire thing. Now, what's good about the spell? Well, first of all, it's a ritual. That means no spell slots. Sure, it'll take you 11 minutes to cast rather than 1, but hey, you've spent no resources whatsoever casting it. It's also quite good for keeping the party safe overnight. It's a great ward against assassins, thieves, wolves, monsters of the night, and all that kind of stuff. There are also some interesting niche uses for being a sneaky chap with this. If you want to know when the corrupt baron has gone back to his bedroom, you can just cast a spell on his door and you'll know when he's there as long as you're within 1 mile. Admittedly, these are rather niche uses, and as you've got to spend an entire minute sat there fiddling with the door or the area or the window or whatever, it's not wildly practical, but hey, it's always nice to have options for spells like this. Now, what's bad about it? Well, first of all, it's not very big. A 20-foot cube. Ooh, if you're going to have a 6-person party camping in a 20-foot cube, that is going to be pretty snug. I don't see any reason why you can't cast it multiple times to cover a wider area, and I mean that's what you've got to do if there is 1 door to your room but also 2 windows. You need to cast it 3 times. That's over half an hour casting. It's not that big a problem. Thanks to the ritual tag, you can do it as many times as you want without spending any resources, of course, other than a little bit of time, and half an hour isn't probably that important in the grand scheme of things. One final thing is that you do need to remember to actually cast it. That sounds dumb, but if it becomes a matter of habit for you that, you know, when the party sets up camp you cast this spell, you do need to actually say it every time, or at least have an understanding with the GM that, you know, if I have a spare 10 minutes, I'm casting Alarm on the camp. Having said that though, I'm still going to give Alarm a B+ rating, just because it's a ritual. It's a useful, practical, ritual spell that you'll use an awful lot if you have it. Maybe it's not worth grabbing if you have a very limited amount of spells that you can learn, but if you get the chance as a wizard, for example, just go for it. It's going to come in very handy at least some point throughout a campaign. However, that's all from me for today. Check back next week for another spell review, and in the meantime visit winghornpress.com. Thank you.